Hello everyone, welcome to MeanLifeStudies. In the previous video we have seen how to filter out the data by using where class and filtered function we have seen, right? So now in this video, that is part 5, we are going to see how we can change different data types of any column while we are transforming the data by using cast function. Okay, let's see now. So now first we'll see what is the data that we have, that is data underscore df, right? So this is the data frame that we have. Okay, having different columns like id, name, age, salary, department and location, right? And this is the data frame that we created with our own schema. So we defined, right? So we defined what is the data type for each column, right? So let's see what are the data types. For that, what you have to do, so data underscore df dot print schema, right? So you have to see what is the data type for each column. So for integer id, we only defined it. So we only define it, right? So id integer, name string, age integer, salary integer, department string and location string. So these are the data types we defined, right? So now I'm trying to changing this one also. So how we could do that? Let's see here with the help of cast function. Okay, so now for now I'm just using data underscore df dot with the column of, I'm just using id now. So what I have to do here, I'm just changing here call of id dot cast of, you can see here cast. So you can also import this cast function also from PySpark.SQL module. Okay, and PySpark.SQL functions is there, right? So from those functions, this is one of the function. Okay, so cast of, you are going to define it. So what is the data type here? Integer, right? So now I'm just changing that to float. Okay, so let's see the print schema now. So print schema, now you can able to see we are not changing the original one, we are just looking at it after changing the data type. Now you can see here we have changed, right? So we have changed that from integer to float now. So now let's see how the data looks like. So if I use show button, now you can see no, but before it's just 1 2 3 4 like this, but now we change that to float. So that's why this is the format we are getting. So remember, we are not changing our original data frame, we are just looking at it, right? So similarly you can also change any number of columns. Now you can see we are changing the data type of id only now. So similarly now you can see with column of, I'm just changing name. Okay, so name, for that column of name dot cast of, I'm just using cast of long. Okay, so let's see here. So use print schema, you can see now. So before it's a string, now we converted into long. So that is how you can also use any column. I mean, you can also convert any other columns into any data type you want. Okay, so that is the help. I mean, with the help of cast function, we are changing the data types of any column. Okay, so we are, remember, we are not changing the original one. So even if you look at here data underscore df dot print schema, you will be getting normal like integer and string only for the id and name. You can see now we are not changing it. So even if you want to change, you have to go back and you have to assign with your data frame, right? So now while transforming the data, we can also change the data types. Okay, let's see that how we can do that. So now data underscore df dot with the column of, I'm just adding updated age. Okay, not only updated age, you can consider any column you want. Okay, updated age column, we are trying to extract, I mean, we are trying to adding one more column, and for that we are just referring the existence column. Okay, call equal to call of age. Okay, for this one we are trying to increase the age by 10%. Okay, let's see that now. So if I try to look at this data, you can see this age, is nothing but updated age that we extracted with help of existence age column by multiplying with 1.1, right? So now what is the data type of this one? You can see here, if I use print schema, you can able to see what is the data type of updated age. What is the data type? That is double, right? So now I don't want to see like that. So like how it's returning like all decimals, right? It's returning multiple decimal points. You can see here after that multiple decimals returning now. So I don't want to look at here. So I mean look like this, but this is just age now. So either it could be only 1 or 2 decimal. For that I'm just casting this one to, now you can see here. So up to now this is the function we have. Now I'm just using bracket here, opening the bracket. Now after that cast of, I'm just using float. Okay, after that you have to close this bracket. Now you can see how it's going to return. You can see now. So it's changed. It changed from decimal to float. You can see only one decimal point it's returning, right? So not only this one, you can also change that to, okay, even if you want to see the print, data type of it, you can see here print schema, so that actually it is decimal. Now we change it to float. right? So this is for updated age column. So we are just retrieving it. We are not changing the original data frame. So now even if you want to see here, I'm going to change this to integer. Now if I execute this one, you can see this updated age changed to integer. So even if you want to see the data, you will be getting only integer. You can see now. You can see only integers you can able to see here when you are allowing only integer types. So but you multiplied with 1.1, so that will be getting different decimal like float values and decimal values. You changed that to only integer, so that only integer values will be stored here, right? So this is how you can also change any data type of any column while you are transforming the data also. Okay, so not only this way, there is different ways also which we can do that. Here you can also use integer type. So but before that you have to ensure that you imported it. Let's see here, if I try to execute this one, you can see here, so it's changed, right? So even you can also use here float type, because these types we already imported while we are defining the schema, right? So in the first video, first part, we have created all, and when I was working on here, I mean this part, I executed all the code, so that's why I can able to import it. But before that you have to import it. Okay, so now you can see float type, I'm just importing float type now. Okay, already imported, I'm just calling it. Now you can see here, so change it to float type now. So even if you want to change to decimal type, you can also mention it decimal type. You can see now. So this is also another way that we can use to convert. Okay, so now you can see it's not changing now, it's changing back to original. Let's see here, I'm just using decimal. Okay, I'm not changing anything by itself, it's a returning now. Let's see here in schema. Now you can see it's going to return as a decimal points, right? You can see here double, so not decimal, double. Okay, now so even if you want to look at here, show this the normal na, you can see here double. All right, so now we converted into different like using integer or float. Okay, I hope you understood. And this is the another way that we can use, either rather using directly, you can also use dot cast of like this integer type, but you have to ensure that you imported all of them. Okay, dot print schema, and you have to ensure that you are closing all brackets properly, otherwise you will be getting errors. Now you can see error na? So what is that error? Data frame object has new attribute cast. Okay, so what is the issue here? So we are opening the brackets, but we have closed here itself na? So that's why we are getting issue. So you have to open that bracket there, and now we have to close it here. Now you can see we will be getting the data. You can see now, and only integer only, because we converted into integer from double, right? So this is how we can change any data type of, I mean any column data type into any data type we want. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you.